All right, let's keep doing something here. So we've worked with Transformers, the library, and so that's pretty good so far with that. Also, we've been using with 1B, so it's actually surprising that that worked really well for a conversation. Normally, you use 3.2 1B instruct, and so sometimes some APIs are not going to work with the generic 1B model, and you have to use the instruct model. So if we go over here to like instruct, see llama 3.2 1B. Just understand that, if we were to use something like VLLM or something like TGI, it might not be as cooperative as we would like it to be. I'm not sure what other options they have over here. I was just taking a look here of what they're showing here. Oh, we've got a lot of options. But anyway, that's something that is kind of interesting there. What else could we look at here? I mean, we could upload models, things like that, but you can also do things like use the model directly here on Hugging Face. So here on the right-hand side, we have Inference API. And I'm not sure what this costs, but some models are free. So if I go here, say, and we run this compute here, right? I didn't have to use anything. I'm just pressing the button and it works. And so it's completing it. So I'm not sure how they have the compute to do this, but they are able to do it, maybe because of the way that they are doing this. But this is a cached example. So I think if I was to change, say, Andrew Brown is the best cloud instructor because, and let's see if this works. Okay, cool. And so if we go down here, there's some pre-built examples. If we view the code, you can see we have an example here. And this is actually directly using the AI inference Hugging Face. So Hugging Face, like literally you're hitting this and you're using their compute to do it. Now, do they have pricing for this? Probably. Inference API. So look at this. Inference API, Hugging Face. Hugging Face is just a mess of things. So if we go over to here, serverless inference, probably go to pricing here. Probably somewhere here. Let's see what we have. Unlimited, etc. 0 GPU in dev mode for spaces. Inference endpoints. Okay. So I'm not exactly sure exactly how the pricing works, but clearly they have inference on here with a few different examples. So if you just wanted to use direct curl, so that's great. And then they're talking about spaces. I believe this is for Gradio. Okay, so we go over to spaces here. Maybe it's not. Let's go take a look. Hugging Face spaces. Okay. So this just looks like curation. The reason I'm getting confused is there's also a thing called Gradio spaces. Okay, so if we type in this. And also Gradio is maintained by Hugging Face, I believe. And so that's where I get a little bit confused, okay? But let's go over here and let's see if we can even figure out anything about spaces. Discover amazing AI apps by the community. So these are the spaces we have this week. Let's go ahead and say, let's go click this, create a new space. Okay, Space SDK. All right, so this is starting to make sense. Okay, so Streamlit, Gradio, Docker. I'm not sure what static is. I guess HTML5 static, but it's a way, I think, of serving things in a UI. And so maybe Spaces allows you to utilize those. That is interesting. Okay, let me go back here. So let's say we clicked into this one here. I don't know if you know what this is, but it's like 3D generation. Okay. So Spaces clearly is a way for you to have an interface, a UI interface, and start working with it. Something that's very similar to this is like called, was it called Replicate? Which we'll be looking at some other point. So Replicate is basically this, where you could go around and you find something. Let's say explore here. I'm just trying to do this as a comparison, but let's say you wanted to use this one. It has an interface here, and you can just start using it. But I'm not sure if you can make your own. Maybe you can. This says it's public. But yeah, it looks like we're creating an interface here. So upload an image and click generate to create a 3D asset. If the image has an alpha channel, it will be used as a mark. And running on 0. I'm not sure what 0 is. Hugging Face 0 GPU. There's a new kind of hardware for spaces. But what is it? A shared infrastructure that optimizes GPU usage for AI models and demos on Hugging Face. Okay, that's kind of cool. So here we want to generate something. So I need something like an image. So I'm going to say, trying to think of something that is a little bit interesting. That we could do, like, say, like a cup. That's not that interesting, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway. And so, I mean, this Lego cup's pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's going to work for this example. Okay, it's also kind of copyrighted. So maybe we shouldn't do that. Let's just use the standard party cup. I feel more confident with this. There we go, Uline. And I probably get that because I use Uline all the time to buy things. That's where my snowsuit came from, by the way. It would be like freezer, jacket, maybe? Jumpsuit. This is exactly what I wear. Okay, I wear a cold storage coveralls. That is my snowsuit. I'm gonna tell you, best thing ever. Anyway, so I have that image downloaded. Let's go back over to, still have this running here. If I'm not using it, I probably should stop it. I'm gonna stop this for now. Sleep for now? Yeah, I'll just say yes, sleep. And I'm gonna go back over to wherever that spaces was. Maybe close out some of these tabs so things are a little bit less confusing. Here it is. Okay, so I have the cup. I'm just gonna try and see what happens. Okay, so we have our cup. Good. Now what? Upload an image and click generate. Generate. Did I click it? Okay, I did click it. Okay, great. So it's spinning and it's processing it. Here it's suggesting it could take 22 seconds. We don't really know for certain. Whoa, that is awesome. That is really cool. Okay, so now the next question is, could I download this asset? So if you find the generated 3D asset satisfactory, extract the GLB file. So we'll go ahead and extract that out. And I think I've been seeing these online, some of these things here, so that's pretty cool. And so now it's running another thing to extract it out. And so I'm just waiting for it. I feel like I can make a video game so quickly these days because of this. It's amazing. Not a good video game, but I can make a video game. And so down below here, it's just processing it. So we're just waiting for that extraction. So we'll give it a moment, okay? All right, so let's go download the GLB file. And I actually don't know what a GLB is. I wonder if I could open that in Blender. Let's see, Blender. Okay. What if I was to open Blender? Do I have Blender installed on this computer? I do not. What could render GLBs? For those who don't know, I used to do 3D modeling like a long time ago, but it's been a while. So supported by various, it says Blender can do it. But I guess I just don't have Blender here. So like GLB preview. I mean, it's previewing in the browser, so I don't really feel like I need to do much with it, but it would have been interesting to just like open it up in Blender or something that I know and just see like how clean the lines are. For those who don't know, like models are made up of vertices and edges, and based on the shapes of them, some are better than others. So, that might be something to look into. But I'm dragging the file in here to here. I mean, it loads and it's textured too, which is nice. I wonder if we could go and see its skeleton or wireframe. There we go. Oh, no. No. I mean, it's good, but whoa, that's a little bit too much. I can take anything off here. None. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to see, like, it really is that. It's really that many vertices. I mean, it looks good, but the question is like how many polygons? GLB polygon count. And so that wouldn't be easy for me to check right now. Again, I'd have to bring that in something like Blender. Does it look good? Yeah, it looks good. But would I use that in a game? I don't know. It depends on, I mean, it's rendering fine, I guess, in my browser. So I guess it's fine. But like notice here, it looks like the polygons are a lot smaller. So I don't know. The only way I would really know is that I have to bring that into, I'd have to bring that into a Blender. And I don't feel like installing that here today. Let's go take a look at another one here. I'm just curious. Let's go generate this one out. This is why we need more expensive CPUs, because people can be using these kind of assets. But there is a way that I could bring it into Blender and then low polyfy it. Oh, that's really good. That's really, really good. Let's go generate that out. That looks like fun. Oh, I already generated it. What I meant to do was I meant to click the extract GLB. But like it didn't take that long. There we go. So let's click this now. This is 42 seconds, so we'll just wait a moment till that's done. All right, so this is now generated out. Let's take a look here. And yeah, I mean, I can see the polygon, so maybe the polygon count is not as high. But yeah, I just don't have confidence with that preview app that I was using, but it looks good. And I mean, it's running in my browser, no problem. So yeah, that's great. I'm not sure how it textures things it doesn't know about. I don't know. It seems to do a really good job, so that's pretty cool. But let's go back here. Is there any other spaces we could check out? Flux, fill, outpaint, flux. Wow. Sora 3D. Well, that's another 3D one. We don't need to do that twice. But yeah, let's try flux outpainting. And I guess I need an image. So let's go ahead and I've been watching Dan to Dan. I hope I don't get anything that's inappropriate here. So yeah, maybe we take this one here. Dan to Dan's pretty popular right now. And I need to crop it somehow. So I'm going to just bring it into Paint really quickly. If I just find Paint here, open with Paint. Open with Paint, with Paint, with Paint. Where are you, Paint? Paint. There we go. Everyone's favorite app. And we drag that into here. And what I'm going to do is that, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. What's that outpainting, right? So let me just double check. I think that means like extend the scene if I'm correct. So we go back over to here. You like to extend and pick your ratio, expected ratio. Okay, great. So I like image ratio that I'm providing and resize input ratio. Does the input one have to be that? Okay, well, I'm going to just... Can I restrict on the square size? I'm not sure how I could... I'm trying to make like a perfect square here. 1 second. So this is 190 by 1080. And so I'm going to go here. I'm just going to make a new one. No, that's not what I want. I'm just going to drag this up. Let's see if I can bring this smaller. So what I'm trying to do, can I just double click this? No. View. And so I want to get this to be exactly 860. There we go. Okay, great. And so now we have this image here. I'm going to go save it. Okay, so that's somewhere, probably on my desktop. And let's go ahead and drag it in here. Okay, and I'm not going to provide it any information. The ratio is 1:1. And we will go ahead and say 75%. And this one is... What is this image size? I forgot. It's 860 by 860. So that's fine. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just try that. So they generate. I haven't provided it any instructions. It probably needs some information if it wants to do a good job. But I just want to see if it extends. And again, we're just trying out spaces for fun here. Unbelievably awesome, this zero GPT. Or zero GPUs. Okay, so I'm going to pause here. There we go. And I mean, it did extend the image. So just say school, anime schoolboy walking around outside their school. Maybe that would help because this is, I mean, it did generate stuff. We cannot say that it didn't do that, but we did not provide it any information. So maybe this one we might do a little bit better. But again, not spending any money, just clicking on things here. Here we go. And it's interesting we're getting Japanese text, so it knows that it's anime. Is it making any sense what it's saying down there? I don't know, but you know what? It might be fun. Let's see what text it actually produced. So if we grab this, I can go over to something like ChatGPT. We might be able to do it in Gemini here. Let's just try it here in Gemini. Can you translate the Japanese text to English? I'm not sure if it will do it here, but we'll see. Maybe Flash won't do it. So it says here, I mean, I'm not sure if that really is what that image said. But, oh, did it grab it from an existing source that is similar? That's really interesting. But we have here, sometimes he sings in a high-pitched voice. Let's translate. He can sing a high note. Yeah, okay. So I think what it did, maybe what the model did is it had source images in Japanese with subtitles, and it literally pulled them in because I said anime, right? But it's really interesting that it did that. But it did extend the scene, and so it kind of worked. And then we have some obviously unusual stuff. But again, totally free. I can't expect to have amazing results here. But yeah, that's spaces, I guess. And we can create our own space. But I mean, I don't really have any use cases for creating my own space, so I guess I don't care. But clearly, we would just upload either Gradio or Streamlight code, and I just don't care about doing that right now. So I think we'll just call this an exploration of spaces, and we'll continue on if we can find anything else with Hugging Face, okay?